Alright, guys, got something exciting today in the mail. This is my first time getting a figure from these guys. It's called Four Horsemen Toys, I believe. This is the Headless Horseman figure, comes with the horse, and of course the Headless Horseman. It came out, I think, in a limited quantity. I didn't know about it until I was watching a YouTube video, somebody else that mentioned it. So I had to go check out their store, because I was like, who doesn't want a Headless Horseman? I do have the Sleepy Hollow Headless Horseman. Maybe I'll show that. It's still in the box. I don't take a lot of stuff out of the boxes, but I'll show that out in the video here too, just to compare, I guess. But I will be taking this one out of the box. But yeah, it looks good. Like I said, limited quantities. I believe they started selling these on October 1st. I don't think they sold any after that. Maybe October 1st, October 2nd. I know October 1st when they started selling them. And they put them out twice, I think once in the morning and then once in the evening, if I'm correct. So I think that was it. It was sold out. I don't know. But it did come with like a deluxe setup where you got like a mug or some little different things. I didn't get that. I just got the figure. But anyways, let's look at the box. This is how it came. It was nicely packaged. So I'm happy to see that, because some places you get stuff and it's just not packaged very well. But there's their information if anybody wants to check them out. Like I said, this is my first time getting a figure from them, so we'll see. And they're calling this line Figura Obscura. So I believe they came out with a Krampus last year, but I didn't even know about it, honestly. Like I said, this is the first time I heard about them. Really nice box art. But yeah, the Krampus, I think, is sold out. I don't think you can buy it either. But this is the same company, I believe, that makes Mythic Legions as their main thing. But, yeah, there's a little description here on the bottom. Headless Horseman. I'm not going to read all that, but just a cool little backstory on a Headless Horseman here. But, yeah, really cool box work. It's heavy, too. When I picked up the box it came in, I was like, man, this is heavier than I thought it'd be. So, usually when it's heavier, it means better, less cheap. This was, I will say the price, it was $120. So, $120 for this figure. And then it was another, I think, taxes and shipping, I think I ended up paying like $140. So it wasn't cheap, so I'm expecting it to be worth the price. So let's get this thing out and check it out. Alright, so this just comes right off here. And this is actually a little like diorama type deal, little background that you can use. Really cool looking, nice artwork. Love that tree. We got the windmill going on there. Whole little creepy setting there for your figure to sit in front of. Very cool. Very like that a lot. I don't even know if I was aware of this, because I don't do a lot. Like I keep a lot of stuff in the boxes. I do some displays of things, but yeah, I don't really have too many of these. But cool diorama looking thing. Little background, whatever you want to call it. I guess it's not really a diorama. Maybe it is. I don't know what you would consider it. But anyways, here we go. Figure's looking really cool already. Looking better than what it looked like in the pictures when I ordered it. So I'm pleased about that. Alright, guys. Here they are out of the box. Looking pretty fancy, pretty good. I really love the outfit. I like the black. I like the little metal, whatever you call them on the outfit from back in the day. Little armor looking thing going on there, leather, whatever. But he's got his little belt and his little pockets on the side. You can't open those up or anything, but they do look pretty. Looks good. I really like this color. Really nice black. I don't notice anything wrong with the paint. Looks really good. I don't see any rub marks or discoloration looking things or anything I'd be upset about. Very pleased with that. And we got the horse over here. Let's look at the horse for a few minutes here. Got his little red beady eyes going on there. He's very heavy. Very heavy. But yeah. Looks good. I don't think I have any complaints so far. We still got to get in to see how the articulation works, because obviously the horse has some joints going on there. He can move a little bit, so that's good. He ain't just stuck as a model or whatnot. Got some movement to him. But yeah, no complaints. No complaints here. Imagine that coming at you. I was a really good horse noise, but I don't know. Wouldn't want that thing running at you in the midnight hour. But yeah, there we go. So anyways, we'll start with the accessories first. The horse is pretty simple. He only comes with another little set of hair here. Goes on top of, his mane, or whatever you'd like to call it. But yeah, I believe this just comes off just like that. Very simple. You can see where it just sits in there. See if I can put it on there without any issues. But, oh, wait. No, we don't want to go that way. What are we doing here? There we go. Simple enough. Just pegs on in there. Put a little pressure into it. So, there you go. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. If I can get it in there, it's simple. Oh, look. Got him rearing up. Putting that hair on him. Alright. So, yeah, not bad. Not too shabby. It does have the little bridle thing, or whatever you call it, for the horse up here that goes over, kind of blocks off where the connection is right there. But looks good. Looks good. Let's get this horse back. I'm surprised how articulated that horse is. I thought it was just going to be like a statue. Because I think the McFarlane Sleepy Hollow one, I don't know if it has articulation. I never took it out of the box, but I think it's just like a statue. But I could be wrong. Maybe it does have some mobility. But yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I'm pleased with everything so far. But here, we'll look at the accessories for the Headless Horseman. You got another head with flames coming off. That's a really cool one. I think that's how I'm going to probably display him, maybe. So you got that one. And then you got a little, just where the head's supposed to be. A little slice off there. I think that just pegs in right where the head is, in case you don't want him to have any kind of head. No pumpkin head, nothing. So yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And then he comes with a little plastic sword here. Looks pretty good. They could have probably made it a little bit more detailed, a little bit more spectacular, but I mean, it's a sword. So maybe if they made it like metal or something. I know a lot of companies are making like metal for like adult collectibles. This is plastic, but still looks good. Looks like metal. Looks nice. Nice little shine to it. Not bad. And then you got a couple hands here. Oops. A couple hands. That's his holding a head hand. That's what has a little peg thing on it right there. So if you want to do that pose, I'll put him in some poses after I get through this. But that's definitely probably the hand most people are going to use if they're going to pose. You want him to hold his head, right? I don't know. We'll see. And then you got a little grab hand here for his sword, I'm assuming. And then you got another type grab hand. I mean, I guess you could probably hold a head or something in that hand too, I can imagine. And then you got what looks like a fist. Well, you can hold a sword in there too. A little tighter grip there. So yeah, that's about it. Oh, I almost forgot his little cape here. He does have this cape. I'm not sure what material, but it's not super soft, but it's not too cheap feeling. It's not like felt, like you're gonna get a little cheap piece of felt from like the craft store or something. Has a little chain here to go around his neck. Pretty cool. It's about, like I said, it's red on the inside. I don't know if you could reverse it or not, but black. Why would you? You want him to have the black cape right on the outside, red on the inside. Cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. So let me get into some articulation, and we'll see how that works out. Alrighty. So here we go with the little articulation we got going on with this figure. We'll start with the wrist here. Of course, it doesn't have any real motion to it, just twists. You got the elbow. Seems like it's just in an odd place, like it should be up a little further where they got this, but I guess that's the elbow. But you can put them in a little to be or not to be pose. You can have them holding something, have them holding that head. We'll do some pictures afterwards and some more type of posing, but the arm goes all the way around. It's about what I was expecting. Nothing spectacular with the arm here, but I felt like it was, I don't know, the elbow just seems, it's good, but I don't know. You be the judge. And we'll go to the waist here. There's no crunch, no ab crunch, just a twist. There. Go to the legs. Go to the knee right here. Go up it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Of course, the leg can twist all the way around. Now the ankle, the foot, go down, can go up. That's about as much as you're getting there. So yeah, I mean, you know, I didn't mess with the head, but he's supposed to be a headless horse, but he can look down, up that far, to the right, to the left. That's all good. As much as you're going to need for this type of figure. No, oh, he can do the splits. Look at that. There's a little split going on there. Let's see if we can get him standing with the splits. There we go. Splitting up. Oh, he didn't like the splits. Fell over. But all in all, I would say not bad. Not bad. What I was expecting. I mean, it is an expensive figure, but you're going to be able to get him in all the little headless horseman poses you're going to want, so nothing to really complain about, right? The basic articulation. The elbow's a little weird to me. It looks a little off. I don't know. It could just be me. But I don't know. It's not bad. It's not bad. We'll go with that. We'll go with it all. Okay, let's check out the horse. Alrighty. As far as the horse goes, you'll have to excuse the setup. I gotta work with what I got for right now. But yeah, for the head, you can see the whole neck and everything kind of moves just slightly. So you can turn a little bit. The head can't really go up too far. It can look down that much. But with the hair in the way up here, you can't really look up too much. Maybe if you switch the hair, I don't know, we'll have to switch the hair. I'll try to do different poses once I take some pictures after this. But yeah, so as far as the feet go, the actual hoof, or whatever, the horseshoe type part of the foot, can bend on its own back. It's very stiff though, so I don't want to put too much pressure on, but it goes about that far. So not a whole lot, but the actual legs themselves can bend back pretty far. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good. And of course you can rotate and do all that fancy stuff. I think you can put the horse in a lot of poses. I'm pretty impressed with the horse so far. You got the tail, which the tail can also has a little ball right there. So you can move all whichever way you want it, where you want that tail to go. Then you got the big back legs here. They kind of move they can move all the way back like that. Same thing here. You can move the horseshoe and everything. Well, the foot, and then the leg itself doesn't seem as it can bend out like that. Break his leg. So yeah, there's a lot of articulation in these legs. I'm pretty impressed. I wasn't thinking much of it. So it'll be easier to do photos of this guy. So we'll get some photos of him posing. So then that way I can show off more of the articulation in the pictures. But yeah, I think you can get all kinds of, I think, poses and stuff out of this horse. So that's great. We'll try to see if we can do like the hind leg upward to see if he can hold his weight, because it is a heavy figure. So we'll see if his back legs can support the upper legs here when we try to get him in one of those poses. So yeah, that's about as far as I can go with the articulation. Everything's looking good with this figure. I'm pretty impressed. Is it worth $120? I don't know. It's not bad. I'm not saying, but I'm saying $120. I don't know. That's a good bit of money, but it is a cool figure. I don't see a lot of Headless Horsemen. I think this is just a Sleepy Hollow one, and this one's the only one I know of. So just because of that, it was worth it for me. Everybody needs a Headless Horseman if they're a horror fan or into that kind of stuff. So yeah, I would definitely say I think it was worth it. $120 though, to normal people that won't buy stuff like me. It does come with the horse, and horses are expensive, especially articulated horses. So I'm going to say with the horse, the background, I could definitely see like $100, 120 bucks. We'll let it slide. $120 just seems expensive, but the figure is pretty articulated. Once I get him in some poses and everything, I'll do the final score out of 5 stars. But I'm going to say it was worth it, just going by what I know the prices of this stuff usually goes for. Expensive, but I think it's worth it. I think $120 was worth this figure, for sure. Alright, so here's the Sleepy Hollow Headless Horseman from 1999. I have in the original box, so you'll have to excuse the plastic and the lighting and the reflection and all that fun stuff. It's kind of hard to see. But right there's the Headless Horseman. I don't think it came with any heads or anything like that. You just get a Headless Horseman with this pretty badass looking sword. I kind of like that sword better than the one that came with this other figure, but I'd have to say overall the other figure's definitely probably better. This one did come with like a little stand, however, the tree in there, and there is some articulation, little pegs on the horse there, so the legs can move somewhat, but definitely not going to be as good as this Figura Obscura, whatever. This Four Horsemen figure that came out is definitely going to be, I would say, would definitely replace this one. I do like that stand. It does look really nice. There's some nice detail into this. But, yeah, so this is that figure. I said I'd show a little picture of it. So, definitely, it's good too. I'll keep it in the box. Have the other one on display, and there's the other figures that come in there. Ichabod, Crane, Headless Horseman, some good stuff. But, yeah. Anyways, I also wanted to show that, I don't know if you can see that well with all the reflection, but this is the background of that Headless Horseman box with the bridge and everything. I don't know if you could see it that well before, but, yeah. I'd say overall, this new figure is definitely real nice. I'd say this one's good for the Sleepy Hollow movie, but I'd say if you're going for display articulation, they're both good figures, but this isn't a comparison really. Let's just say this figure was nice, worth $120. I'm still after messing around with it a little bit trying to display. I did have a hard time. The peg on top of for the Headless Horseman was stuck, so I had to get that unstuck. And then after that, I was able to replace the heads and put the different parts on there. And as far as the horse goes, really good articulation. Was kind of difficult to get him to do the pose from the back of the box, which I was trying to do. That's the pose I'm planning on displaying the figure like that. I wasn't sure with the weight if this horse could actually hold himself up from the back legs. And as I took the photos, as you'll see, I was able to get him like that, but I could not get him to hold his legs up and hold the horseman holding the head. So maybe a little bit of tweaking. Someone that's better at you know, displaying things, modeling things out than me, who can probably get it set up pretty quickly. But I just wanted to touch base on that. I'll figure out a nice pose for this, get it out there. Maybe I'll take a picture, do a little update. But overall, good figure, guys. 120 bucks. I'm going to say don't go out of your way to get this unless you really like the Headless Horseman. The figure is pretty good. I mean, the articulation's alright. The horse I liked a lot. I think it looks good overall. But we're looking at 120 bucks. I'd say it's very close to that. I'd pay 80 bucks for this real easily. The extra 40 bucks on top of that, I feel like maybe a little bit over. But again, it's not a bad figure. I don't really have any gripes about it. Good stuff. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Check it out. Check out my next videos.
Now gather round while I elucidate on what goes on when it gets late. Along about midnight, the ghosts and banshees get together for a jamboree. There's ghosts with horns and saucer eyes. Some have fangs about their size. Some short and fat, some tall and thin, and some don't even bother to wear their skin.
I'm a-telling you, brother, it's a fearful sight just to see what goes on in the night.
When the spooks have a midnight jamboree, they break it up with a fiendish glee.
Ghosts are bad, but the one that's cursed is the Headless Horseman. He's the worst.
When he goes jogging across the land, holding his noggin